Welcome to episode 116 of the Dumb Leaders podcast. This episode, Legacy Created, Legacy Lost, the Drunk Mayor. Now let's talk losing legacy through dumb leadership. Now remember what I say, leaders are always on show. Now that's one of the greatest responsibilities that we have as a leader. Leaders are always on show. And leaders have to understand that, because everything that they build will come crashing down with a single error, a single mistake, or a crisis. Let's have a look at Karen Williams, the Mayor of Redland City, where I live here in Queensland. Now, Karen has had a distinguished career in local government, being first elected as a councilor in 2004, was elected mayor first time in 2012, re-elected in 2016, and re-elected again in 2020. Now, her legacy should be some of one who oversaw growth in the city in terms of population, business, facilities, while maintaining the livability that we love in this little part of the world. Now, her re-election twice would stand testament to the respect that she's gained amongst the local community and indeed her popularity as a leader. But with everything, she did have her detractors. They were loud, they were vocal, they were vastly in the minority. But overall, she was mostly popular within the community. But I must say that over time, the vocal minority and the state government members who fundamentally refused to work with anyone else, and they sat on the other side of the political aisle, were making headroads. They were making inroads on the popularity of the mayor. But the biggest slip will prove to be hers. Now, it must be said, I know Karen and personally believe she has been a good mayor, a great mayor. But with that being said, it's hard to defend the indefensible. And the consequences of this slip-up will cost her dearly. So on Thursday evening, on the 23rd of June in 2022, Mayor Williams was involved in a single vehicle accident. Now, according to reports, she failed a breathalyzer test at the scene and was taken to the local hospital. Now, you can imagine the headlines with any mayor anywhere in the world being found driving above the legal limits. Now, media reports have since described that she was drunk and really creating this hyperbole about the drunk mayor behind the wheel. Now, the reporting of this is obviously reported in the general best interests of the community. So I understand that. So the reporting, of course, is required, but the true pain is still to come. Now, her political opponents are celebrating like there's no tomorrow. They're dancing on the grave of Karen Williams, fundamentally. Her factional council team have all jumped off the unity train, and some portions are silent, but once again, the vocal minority are expressing outrage at the incident. There's been a change.org petition that's been set up, and, it's hard not to be cynical here. It's probably politically motivated, but set up allegedly by the community demanding her resignation. Now, Williams was also leading a push for tougher crimes for youth, tougher aspects of youth detention after a sentence imposed on a youth who was drunk and also impaired by drugs, who killed a young couple in a accident while he was in this drunken, drug-induced state. But fundamentally, Karen's now lost all credibility in that particular area of what she was leading. It's hard, and as I said, it's hard to defend the indefensible. Now, Karen Williams provided a statement to the press the day after the incident. She said she made a serious error in judgment and drove after drinking several glasses of wine. I'm deeply sorry for my actions. I'm incredibly thankful no one else was involved or injured. I'll be seeking counselling and will continue to assist police in their inquiries. Now, a couple of things stand out. Of course, it was an incredible error of judgment. goes without saying. And while there is no doubt that there's remorse and sorrow, it also provides an inference of a bigger problem with the mention of counselling. Now, this hasn't gone amiss with her opponents who've come out, and some of them are now speaking about this alleged drinking culture within the council, right? So, fueling the fire, fueling the flames, one incident, all of a sudden, people are, Karen's unfortunately got to reap what she sowed, but all these other people are making a merry way now based around the incident. So 3 terms as the mayor, and what she'll be remembered for will be a drink driving accident. So it's sad. It's really sad, but as I keep saying, it's hard to defend the indefensible. But this is a real leadership lesson for anyone out there in a leadership position. It serves the purpose to remind us all that legacy created can be legacy lost. So legacy created can be legacy lost, and Williams stands to lose a lot. Firstly, her credibility. Secondly, the integrity to front the campaign on youth detention. Potentially her job as mayor, if not now, certainly at the next election, you would imagine. She was also a high-profile place on the 2032 Olympic Committee here for Brisbane or Southeast Queensland, and no doubt that is now in jeopardy, along with many other things that she's involved in. So it shows how trust can be built, respect can be gained, but it can all come crashing down in a single incident. So as leaders, we need to be aware of this, and you need to be aware of this. But I really have to say that for those people out there that are celebrating the demise of someone else, based on the simple fact that we're all humans and we all do make some errors in judgment at times, but those people that are out there celebrating the demise of someone else are pretty ordinary humans. And it says more about them as leaders than anything else. And can I just say that those people are certainly not people that should be followed, and certainly not people that should be trusted. So there's a leadership lesson there. I hope that you can see it. The legacy created can be legacy lost. And it's not just about the legacy that's been lost with Mayor Williams. It is seriously, this is something that every single leader can have happen on them, unfortunately. Legacy created can be legacy lost. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to the Dumb Leaders podcast.